In the headlines of this hour on VTV News, top legislator attends IPA 45 Executive Committee meeting. Later on, obstacles in renewable energy to be removed. In our world news, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte shift to approach to Russia.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It is currently 8 a.m. local time and you're tuning in to 30 minutes of VTV News. I'm Dylan Lei with the latest updates. Now, on Friday afternoon, whilst receiving Chief Justice of the Supreme People's Court of China, Jing Muon, Party General Secretary and State President Tô Lâm affirmed that Vietnam always considers developing friendly and cooperative relations with China as a strategic choice and a top priority in its overall foreign policy. The Chinese official emphasized that the judicial agencies of the two countries will make every effort to effectively implement the orientations established by the highest leaders of the two parties and the two states. The Vietnamese top leader affirmed the particularly important and irreplaceable role in the judicial reform work of the two countries, which is under the leadership of the respective political parties, and proposed that China support Vietnam in training judicial staff in handling new issues arising in the digital transformation process, making justice and law an important pillar of cooperation between the two countries. Party General Secretary and State President Tô Lâm hosted receptions for the ambassadors of Thailand, Comoros, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Suriname to Vietnam, who came to present their credentials to the top leader in Hanoi on Sunday.
Receiving Thai Ambassador Urawadi Srifaromia, Party General Secretary and State President Tô Lâm called on the ambassador to coordinate with Vietnamese agencies to step up trade and investment promotion, economic connection, as well as business and locality matching activities to help raise bilateral trade to 25 billion USD soon. The two sides need to pay due attention to implementing the three connections strategy on the basis of mutual benefits in strategic areas such as transport, tourism, digital economy, green economy, and energy transition, he noted. Receiving the ambassadors from Comoros, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Suriname, the Vietnamese top leader affirmed that Vietnam has been known as a symbol of peace, stability, and hospitality, as well as an attractive destination for international tourists and investors. He noted that Vietnam continues staying steadfast with its foreign policy of independence, self-reliance, peace, friendship, cooperation, and development, diversification, and the multilateralization of external relations, together with being a friend, a trustworthy partner, and an active and responsible member of the international community. He expressed hope that countries will work together for peaceful, sustainable development and a fair international order based on international law.
Party General Secretary and State President Tô Lâm on Friday also confirmed appointment decisions for new Vietnamese ambassadors to the United Nations, UN, and Cambodia, Singapore, and Ukraine for the 2024 to 2027 tenure, noting that each locality has its own specific advantages and challenges. The top leader emphasized that the party and state's policies recognize the crucial role of foreign affairs. Vietnam's international standing is increasingly strengthened, and external affairs are now defined as a vital, regular, and comprehensive task. He expressed his hope that the newly appointed ambassadors will continue to leverage their experience, fulfill their duties, and help protect the interests of the nation, the people, and businesses. The diplomats also affirmed their commitments to prioritizing national interests above all else, integrating the three pillars of party, state, and people-to-people diplomacy, and linking diplomacy with defense and security. According to an announcement of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Prime Minister Phie will lead a high-ranking delegation of Vietnam to attend the expanded BRICS summit in Kazan City of the Russian Federation from October the 23rd to the 24th. The Vietnamese government leaders' attendance at the summit will be made at the invitation of Russian President Vladimir Putin, chair of the BRICS group in 2024. Vietnamese National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn on Friday met with General Secretary of the Lao People's Revolutionary Party Central Committee and President of Laos Thong Loun Sisoulith in Vientiane within the framework of his official visit to the neighboring country and his attendance at the 45th General Assembly of the ASEAN Inter-Parliamentary Assembly, or IPA. The Lao top leader spoke highly of the two sides' active coordination in implementing the outcomes of the recent meetings between members of the Politburos, in which Vietnam established a task force to carry out the cooperation agreements, and the Laos side organized a conference to assign specific tasks to its ministries and sectors. The Vietnamese top legislator said he believes that Laos will be well prepared for the upcoming 12th Party Congress and build a socio-economic development plan from 2026 to 2030, continuing to build a prosperous Laos with an increasingly elevated positions on the international stage. The two sides highly value the fine and solid development of their great friendship, special solidarity, and the comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Laos, with important contributions by the two legislative bodies. Vietnamese National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn and other top legislators of the ASEAN Inter-Parliamentary Assembly, or IPA's member countries attended a meeting of the IPA Executive Committee within the framework of the organization's 45th General Assembly in Vientiane on Friday. More in the following.
The Vietnamese top legislator expressed confidence that under the leadership of the host and the thorough preparations by the Lao National Assembly, the IPA 45 will be a great success, contributing to enhancing the country's role and position in the region. During the meeting, participants discussed and approved the working agenda for the 45th IPA General Assembly. The attendance of the Vietnamese top legislator, the Vietnamese delegation at the IPA 45 reflects the proactive and responsible engagement of the Vietnamese legislative body alongside the parliaments of the member countries. This engagement aims to strengthen ASEAN's central role, unity, and solidarity, enhance interregional cooperation, and expand multifaceted relations with parliaments both inside and outside the region. The goal is to promote IPA's responsibility and role in ensuring peace, stability, and development, while introducing valuable initiatives to support ASEAN governments in addressing regional priorities. Vietnam is poised to propose 4 initiatives and resolutions at various IPA meetings, namely the IPA Young Parliamentarians Meeting, the IPA Committee on Social Matters, the IPA Conference of Women Parliamentarians, and the IPA Committee on Economic Matters. The Vietnamese delegation will also consider co-sponsoring 6 resolutions, including 5 proposed by Laos and 1 jointly by Indonesia, Laos, and Malaysia.
Continuing his official visit to Laos, National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn met with President of the State Audit Organization of Laos, VTV4 Theo on Friday. He also held meetings with Chairman of the Laos-Vietnam Friendship Association, Vice President of the Central Committee of the Lao Front for National Construction, as well as the Vietnam Embassy and Vietnamese community in Laos. More to follow.
National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn urged the State Audit Office of Vietnam and the State Audit Organization of Laos to adhere to their bilateral cooperation agreement, emphasizing expertise and training support for Laos. He encouraged both agencies to bolster cooperation in line with a strong friendship and solidarity between the two countries and affirm their roles in international organizations. The chairman of the State Audit Organization of Laos pledged ongoing support and coordination with Vietnam State Audit Office at regional and international forums. During a meeting with the chairman of the Laos-Vietnam Friendship Association, National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn praised the association's role in promoting people-to-people exchanges. He urged the Lao Front for National Construction to coordinate closely with the Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee to implement their cooperation agreement effectively. He also emphasized the need to support the Vietnamese community and businesses in Laos, strengthening ties among organizations to enhance the Vietnam-Laos relationship.
Meeting with Vietnamese community in Laos, National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn affirmed that the party and state view the overseas Vietnamese community as an inseparable part and vital resources of the nation. He urged the community to preserve their traditions, foster unity, support one another, and educate their children to remember their roots and maintain the Vietnamese language. He encouraged contributions to a united and respected community that strengthens the relationship between Vietnam and Laos.
Coming up next on VTV News. Obstacles in renewable energy to be removed. And 83-year-old female artist with enduring creative spirit. Welcome back to VTV News Live. Due to delays, 85 renewable energy projects with a total capacity exceeding 4,730 megawatts will not qualify for preferential pricing mechanisms by the end of 2021. In response, the government will hold a conference on Saturday to tackle the challenges and obstacles facing these projects.
In 2018, the National Power Supply Network had only 8 renewable energy projects, including wind, solar, and biomass, totaling 414 megawatts. Now there are 256 projects, including rooftop solar, with over 22,000 megawatts installed, accounting for about 27.5% of total capacity. Promoting renewable energy is vital for environmental protection, climate change adaptation, and economic growth in several localities.
These projects help improve land use efficiency and increase the value of barren land unsuitable for agriculture.
While renewable energy projects have shown positive results, some shortcomings have emerged. The Government Inspectorate has identified planning and investment violations in certain projects. Therefore, authorities are addressing these issues while also working to remove obstacles and facilitate project operations.
We have been coordinating with relevant agencies to review and report issues, aiming to address obstacles and mobilize renewable energy sources for secure electricity supply and local socio-economic development.
The Ministry of Industry and Trade has worked with EVN to issue a circular on electricity pricing and develop a transitional mechanism. However, effective solutions to the challenges facing renewable energy are still lacking, making a coordinated approach from state agencies urgently needed.
Eliminating temporary and dilapidated housing has been a key focus for Thái Nguyên province in recent years. This initiative gained even more attention from local authorities following the aftermath of Typhoon Yagi, which buried many houses under landslides. To date, many households struggling with housing issues have received support to build new, more secure homes. Our report in Định Hóa District.
In just a few days, the new home of this household will be completed, replacing the seriously run-down house they built in 1988. As an elderly, low-income family with health issues, they have faced ongoing financial challenges. The new house is not only a source of joy for them but also for the local authorities and the surrounding community.
The house was in such poor condition that our neighbors and local authorities came together to help us rebuild it. Now, we feel secure even during storms.
By 2024, our commune had 157 households classified as poor or near poor. This year, support programs have been provided to 6 of these households, helping them rebuild or repair their dilapidated homes. Of the 4 households currently building new homes, 3 have completed construction, and the rest are in progress.
In addition to aiding low-income families living in temporary or rundown houses, the local authorities have also extended support to residents whose homes were damaged or buried by storm-induced landslides. There were 36 such houses in the commune, with 1 completely destroyed.
For those whose homes were uninhabitable due to natural disasters, the District People's Committee has worked with commune authorities and residents to allocate land for new housing. We've also called on businesses and local benefactors to assist with construction costs, ensuring residents can rebuild their homes and stabilize their lives in a timely manner.
Thanh Nguyen Province has conducted a review of families affected by storms and those living in temporary or dilapidated homes. From 2024 to 2025, the province plans to eliminate 319 such houses, with an estimated budget approaching $517,000. In the second phase, Thanh Nguyen Province aims to remove an additional 300 temporary and dilapidated homes.
Following the principle of leaving no one behind, Thanh Nguyen has mobilized resources to effectively eliminate temporary and dilapidated housing for impoverished households, while also providing housing recovery and resettlement support after natural disasters.
After 5 years of being damaged, the Vườn Chuối archaeological site in Lai Sa, Kim Trung, Hoài Đức District, Hanoi, has been excavated and preserved. On Friday morning, the results of the excavation were announced, revealing 60 excavation pits over an area of 6,000 square meters that began in March. Notably, 110 burial sites from the pre-Dong Son period, nearly 3,500 years ago, were discovered, along with cultural remains such as a system of post holes indicating the residential structures of the Dong Son people. Other artifacts found include weapons, tools, and jewelry. These findings provide evidence of early human presence in Hanoi and shed light on the era of the Hùng Vương establishment of the nation. Experts and local authorities will soon discuss plans for preserving and relocating these artifacts. Recently, Hanoi has been working to establish its cuisine as a key tourist attraction. This effort stems from recognizing the importance of local cuisine as a tourism ambassador, beyond being mere eateries. Experts are encouraging future chefs to blend their skills with knowledge of traditional culinary practices, aiming to place Hanoi on the world's gastronomic map.
Hanoi food enthusiasts seeking to enjoy bún ốc nguội, cold snail noodle soup, can now visit a small alley in Tây Hồ district. Hien, with her decades-old food stall, preserves the dish's traditional essence. The delicate ceramic bowls, earthen jars for snail broth, and rustic coconut ladles all showcase the countryside's charm.
I always find myself yearning for Hanoi's rich traditional cuisine. The mere scent of perilla and pomelo is enough to evoke a powerful wave of nostalgia.
From street food to fine dining, artisans have creatively transformed many traditional dishes. Experts suggest that to make cuisine one of the capital's strengths, it's crucial to establish a network of artisans who understand the secrets of Hanoi's traditional recipes.
To truly elevate and promote our traditional cuisine, we must drawing upon the expertise of chefs and culinary artisans who not only have the skills but also a deep understanding of our culinary heritage.
Currently, training institutions are focusing on nurturing a new generation of chefs who embody the qualities of cultural ambassadors.
These individuals are gradually exploring the essence of Hanoi's cuisine, all while paving the way for the flavors of Hanoi to reach the world. In the near future, it will be the Gen Y and Gen Z talents who will be shaping the culinary identity of Hanoi.
As culinary ambassadors, their task goes beyond simply preparing delicious dishes. They also bear the responsibility of promoting the cultural and gastronomic heritage of Hanoi.
Experts also propose that Hanoi should view cuisine as a form of heritage, with a strategic approach to planning and investing in key culinary cultural products.
Many dining establishments offer tourists a basic culinary experience. But when we transform this into a culinary heritage journey, tourists will hear stories about the cultural and historical significance of the dishes and learn about the social and environmental responsibilities of the establishments themselves.
Cuisine has become a powerful tool to express Hanoi's cultural diversity, capable of evoking emotions and creating memorable experiences. The goal is to harness the essence of this culinary heritage and develop it into a cultural industry product.
At over 80 years old, this female artist still diligently paints. Nature has been the central theme of her work for more than 40 years, showcased across many national and international exhibitions. From her refined perspectives to the blending of materials like silt and acrylic, her artistic journey is a testament to enduring creativity over time.
At 83 years old, artist Trinh An has created nearly 1,000 paintings inspired by everyday life, using a variety of materials ranging from pastel, acrylic to silk.
Whenever I see something beautiful, I paint it. Now that I'm old, I can't do it quickly when painting a lotus. I have to photograph it as the lotus leaf wilts quickly. I would bring it home, set it up, and take pictures right away, and then sit down to paint.
I love nature, so when I look at Anne's paintings of nature, I'm always impressed. I find her paintings to be simple yet poetic.
Born into a family with a strong artistic tradition in Hanoi, artist Trinh An was exposed to various art forms such as music, painting, and flower arranging, all of which helped nurture her creative spirit.
When Hanoi was liberated, my parents opened an art class to make a living. All the children had to sit down and learn together. My father made all the kids learn properly not just painting, but also sculpting and embroidery.
For a woman and a mother, starting a painting career at an old age means she's found her happiness.
After 7 exhibitions in and out of Vietnam, the 83-year-old artist continues to prepare for her next exhibition, where she plans to showcase 100 works. Trinh An's love for painting over the past 4 decades is not only reflected in the number of her works, but also in her relentless creative spirit.
Coming up next in a world news, NATO Secretary General shifts approach to Russia. And European Union to propose new law to increase deportations. Now moving on to our world news, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, is weighing a different approach to its relationship with Russia. New NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has indicated that the alliance is reassessing its long-term relationship with Russia, a move that could shape NATO's strategic posture for years to come. The new NATO chief highlighted the need for a careful, step-by-step approach in dealing with Russia, especially as the conflicts in Ukraine rages on. He stressed that NATO's relationship with Russia is a broader issue that will likely take center stage at upcoming meetings, including the NATO foreign ministers meeting later this year and next summer's NATO summit in The Hague. The European Union or EU member nations have reached a consensus on the need for a new legal framework on increasing deportations of irregular migrants. The European Council on Thursday called for drastic measures to facilitate and accelerate the deportation of irregular migrants. The Council also urged the European Commission to quickly propose new legislation on the matter. Speeding up the deportation process is expected to help member states better manage immigration flows and reduce pressure on their social welfare systems. Japan's key inflation slowed in September for the first time in 5 months. Consumer prices, excluding fresh food, rose 2.4% from a year earlier, down from 2.8% in August. Despite the slowdown, inflation remains above the Bank of Japan's 2% target. Experts believe the resumption of electricity subsidies resulted in an inflation plunge in September and potentially October. However, they noted that the subsidies should be phased out completely by December, which should lift inflation. September's inflation rate is expected to have limited effects on rate policies, as the Bank of Japan is widely expected to leave the benchmark rate at 0.25% on October the 31st. European Environment Agency data shows that Paris is one of Europe's noisiest cities. Those living in the heart of Paris are particularly bombarded by noise, which is the second largest environmental driver of ill health in Europe, according to the World Health Organization. A series of initiatives have emerged to quiet Paris down, including the creative use of construction materials in urban planning.
Noise is omnipresent in Paris. More than 5.5 million in the Paris region exposed to road traffic noise at 55 decibels or higher, which the World Health Organization defines as the threshold for cardiovascular disorders and high blood pressure. Christian Huguenet, an acoustics engineer, measures the sound of the city at 70 decibels.
So it's a background noise that always stays at 68 to 70 decibels. The whole surface of the square is reflective. This means that the sound that actually bounces off the ground is magnified.
20 kilometers further on, near the A86 motorway and its 100,000 plus vehicles a day, Didier Blanchard has devised a sensory pathway to gradually cut off from the tumult of traffic thanks to a wall made of pozzolana, a volcanic stone with sound-absorbing properties.
Mix that will be very positive in terms of sound absorption. We're going to optimize acoustic performance with very good results. We'll be insulating rather than absorbing.
In a laboratory near Lyon, the soundproofing properties of bio-sourced materials are being tested. In the heart of the French capital, a building has been constructed using raw earth shaped like concrete to trap sound. This is part of the city's efforts to reduce noise by up to 4 decibels.
Up next is the weather forecast. And that is all that we have this hour on VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can visit our website, our YouTube channel, or download a mobile app VTVgo for more. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.